Here again with my final Lucifer Season 5 episode review video, as this is the season finale of Season 5. Before I get into that, though, pretty important, if you are caught up to the point where I am at rewatching or watching Lucifer, or you're just not entirely sure, then you definitely need to take the initiative and pay attention to the episode's title, which of course I'll mention as well as put in the description. If that happens to be the case, you found that you're not caught up, it would be my recommendation that you don't watch this video any further to avoid any potential spoilers. And for all of you out there that are wondering, this is indeed my first time watching the show Lucifer. So go ahead and join me and the legendary Crazy Coffee Man discussing this show in the comments section. It's a pretty awesome show, and let us know your thoughts regarding this episode and this show in general. With all that said, this will be Lucifer Season 5, Episode 16, the Season 5 finale. The title of this episode is called A Chance at a Happy Ending. And this will be my review, reaction, recap after just finishing watching the episode. So we start with a bus full of inmates. One of the inmates has a pin in his skin, just like in the Nicolas Cage movie Con Air. I'm sure many other movies have done that, but what I know that from is Con Air, to get out of his cuffs. He says Johnny's peeing all over the seat, and one of the guards comes to investigate, and then he wraps his restraints or his chains around the guard's neck. The guard mule kicks him, and the guard pulls his gun out, and he accidentally, because of a scuffle, shoots the driver of the person that's driving the bus, the other guard. And then the bus goes off a cliff. So we're led to believe, based on how far it fell, that all these people died during that. And then we catch up with Lucifer at Lux. Michael's back playing on Lucifer's piano, and Michael says he's already won, and Lucifer says he wants to avoid bloodshed. He's here with an offer. He's offering Lucifer his old job back, and then it's like, thanks, bro. Been there, done that. Chloe will be down there with you, is what Michael says. And we find out that Daniel's in hell due to his own guilt. Focus on your future with Chloe. He says the vote is tomorrow, with all the people, all the Celestials, making the decision of who will be running hell, Lucifer, Michael, or somebody else. And then he's offering Lucifer a chance at a happy ending, and he hopes that Lucifer takes it. And then we have Maze, Amenadiel, and Linda are packing up Dan's things. Maze says, can we stop with all this crybaby bullshit and get this done? Ooh, and then Maze finds an NSYNC shirt at Dan's, and that's the shirt she had put on Dan when he was naked, when she dropped him off after Lucifer's prank. And then Maze breaks down and starts crying to Dr. Linda Martin. And Amenadiel says, remembering sweet times like those helps heal the hurt. Lucifer's up in the penthouse, and Chloe stops by. How's Trixie? She's with my mom and Dan's parents. Chloe mentions the argument they had last time, and Lucifer says, Detective, you were right. He said he wanted to be God for the wrong reasons, but now I know why I need to be God for Dan's sake. Michael killed Dan, or had not necessarily killed him, but things fell in line. So you would feel guilty, Detective. You must not feel guilty. And then Lucifer hints that Dan is not in heaven, but doesn't directly answer Chloe's questions regarding that. And then Remy shows up just in time to die. And it turns out Michael might not have the sword. Remy might have brought a clue with her to where its whereabouts are. Dan's desk is full of flowers and stuff on it that Ella views. And then Ella says, hey, big guy, you took one of the good ones. She's glad that he's with him, but she misses him. And she misses him a lot, as a matter of fact. It's extra dark here right now, and she's having a real hard time seeing. Feels like you're not even up there anymore, is what Ella says to God, which God went to, Goddess's universe. And I appreciate if you could give me or show me the way, Give me a sign, Ella says. And then Chloe comes in. Glad you're here. We need your help. And Ella believes that to be the sign from God. And then Ella says that yeast is on the feather. It may have something to do with TJ, the guy that we saw. I can't remember, was it last episode or the one before that? And that had, the powers because he had the chain. And Lucifer needs one last favor from Miss Lopez. Eve is at Lux. Yes. She gets a text from some Steve guy. And then Mace shows up. Apparently, Mace pretended to be Steve to talk to Eve. And then Mace says she's been thinking and she doesn't care if Eve dies. And then Eve says, that's the sweetest thing anyone's ever said to me. And then Eve's like, well, that means you want to be with me, right? Yes. And then Mace kisses Eve. TJ is fighting against some Celestials. I can't remember all these characters' names that randomly show up here and there, or I can't pronounce them well, or I might try to pronounce them and sound like a moron. So, and they're people that are on Michael's team. They might not necessarily be bad, but they've been manipulated by Michael. And then they ask Michael to kill TJ, but it turns out to actually be Lucifer, as he reveals himself. So he had Ella put makeup on him to make it look like he had a scar right there. But then Michael shows up right away and then kills TJ. So we didn't get much from TJ. We thought he was going to be more important, but, he just, yeah. Chloe shoots Michael. Do you know bullets don't hurt me? And Chloe's like, it was supposed to hurt. It wasn't supposed to hurt you. It was supposed to distract you. As Linda is getting upset with Charlie. He keeps falling when he tries to walk, and Linda's going to make a chart. Menadil gets the call that Remy is dead. He's pretty upset by that. Pretty late telling him that, actually. He can't believe that Remy is gone. Chloe says we owe it to Remy. We owe it to Dan. We are the ones still standing. We are the ones that have to fight. And then Lucifer tells Chloe, you are not fighting. And Chloe says she's fighting. Amenadil says there will be no more killing their family. And then he says that Dad gave us the power of choice. Let's make one last spectacularly bad one. Or let's not make one last spectacular. Or I don't remember what. I didn't put that in there. I'm not sure. But we go to the LA Coliseum. Maze is late with reinforcements. And those reinforcements are all the prisoners from that bus. I'm guessing that they're dead. And they're just, with Maze and her dead army. Lucifer bends the knee and says, yes, you are God awful. And then Lucifer says, brothers and sisters, I know what you desire. For me not to be God, but you don't want Michael to be God either. And then one of the brothers switches sides and joins Lucifer. And then a sister also switches sides and joins Lucifer. Michael says it looks like we have the numbers. Consider me God. Nothing happens for Michael. And then Lucifer hears Can't Touch This by MC Hammer, which is one of my favorite songs growing up. And then they start dancing. So they're trying to make Michael and the people on Michael's side think that God is actually back. Because remember, he likes to play random songs. And then Michael says, stop this nonsense. And then Maze and Eve arrive with all the prisoners. Which I guess I jumped the gun on that a little bit. A little demon army. But you still don't stand a chance. Chloe shoots some of the Michael's team. And then they go down. They made bullets out of the demon blade, so that's going to be harmful to them, just like when you supposedly shoot a werewolf with a silver bullet. Who knows if that's true? Who knows if they're actually werewolves either? And then we have Michael and Lucifer are going to fight to the death, so be it. And then Lucifer is actually losing, so Amenadil throws Lucifer, Zagical's Steve. Zadkiel, Zagical. See, they have these names that I don't say often, so then when I do say them, I mispronounce them. Oh, my brother has a stick, Michael says. Oh, whatever should I do? And then Chloe undoes the flaming sword from Michael, and then Lucifer sees the angel of death. Sorry, Lucifer. And then Michael stabs Chloe with one end of the staff. because he had broke it. And then Chloe goes down. Everybody looks shocked. Maze hold the plan. Amenadil says, Maze says the plan has gone to shit. Lucifer runs over to Chloe. No, 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 no. Chloe says, this is not your fault. She says what happened to Dan isn't her fault. This is not your fault. And then Chloe dies. And then Lucifer, of course, cries as everybody else is crying. Well, not really, but everybody should be crying. And then Michael says, I told you she should leave. And then Lucifer says he's going to get her back, so be it. And then Lucifer flies off. And then Maze and her army charge. And then Chloe is reunited with her father in heaven. Lucifer arrives, and then Lee is there as well. This Lee character that randomly shows up in Lucifer. And he tells Lucifer he doesn't look so good. And then the ring's immortality, Maze's mother's ring, is protecting Lucifer. And then Lee gives Lucifer a hand because Lucifer helped him out. And then Lee says he faced his family and faced his guilt. You help me. Let me help you. Detective! Detective! Lucifer! Lucifer! What are you doing here? I've come to get you. It's not your time. You need to come back. And then Chloe says, my dad's here and I'm not leaving him again. And then there's not enough power for both of them to come back. And Lucifer says, I choose you because I love you. Lucifer finally says, I love you to Chloe, which she's wanted to hear. Chloe is back, stab wound and all. Maybe the wound actually disappeared. I don't know for sure. And then Michael looks at Chloe. He did it. He actually brought you back so I could kill you again. And then Chloe kicks Michael's ass with her newfound powers. Chloe has the knife to Michael's throat and Michael says, do it. And Chloe says, you took the man I love. Detective! Lucifer returns. This isn't you, Chloe. And then Chloe gives Lucifer the parts of the flaming sword. And then Michael bends the knee to Lucifer. This is like a Game of Thrones type scenario if you've seen Game of Thrones. And then Lucifer cuts Michael's wings off. No more killing! He says everyone deserves a second chance, even you. Everyone bends the knee. Well, not Chloe. And that's what ends the episode and ends season 5 of Lucifer. So, season, it was good, but it was too long. It was probably 5 or 6 episodes too long. I think a solid season is 8 to 10 episodes. That way there's not a lot of filler and things move at a better pace. But it was a good episode. I'm going to give it, and I knew what happened in this episode. I knew that Chloe died and then comes back. I'm going to give it a 9.0 out of 10. And my characters of the episode are going to be Chloe and Lucifer. I mean, you can't give it to anybody else, really. And then I'm not exactly sure what exactly happened with Lucifer, going to get Chloe and then him not being able to come back, but he came back anyway. I'm not exactly sure what happened there. And at the recording of this video, I did watch season 6, episode 1 already. So, yeah, those are my thoughts with this episode. A good end of the season. Some pretty great episodes to end it with Dan's death and then the fake-out death of Chloe Decker. So you've heard everything I have to say. Now it's your turn. If you're a fan of Lucifer and you want to help me out with the YouTube algorithm, make sure that you Hulk smash the like button. Otherwise, I'll send a Menadil after you. Share the video with a friend. Put this video on any one of your social media platforms. Don't forget to sound off in the comment section and discuss this episode and this show with me and, of course, the legendary Crazy Coffee Man, who is the foremost Lucifer expert that I know and a Dexter and Breaking Bad fan as well. And then last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button. You're watching the video anyway. Subscribe to the channel. Join the team, show your damn support, and be a part of something special, and you never know what you're going to see on JDev TV.